Celebrating 60 years of excellence, the Ivy League presents the 2016 Fencing Round Robins. From Ithaca, New York, on the campus of Cornell University, the Round Robins is one of fencing's premier events. The Ivy is represented by national and international champions. Many of our student athletes have used this event as a pathway to the Olympics. On the men's side, Day 1 illustrated the depth and balance of the competition. 4 schools, Columbia, Harvard, Penn, and Princeton, were all 2-1. The 2 feature bouts had Princeton beating Harvard 17-10 and Penn defeating Columbia 16-11. Princeton got a dominating performance from their men's saber team in the win over Harvard, winning 8 of 9 bouts. For Penn, it was the Eppies. They too won 8 of 9 bouts for a convincing win over the reigning round-robin co-champs. Individually, Penn saber Shaul Gordon and Harvard foil Stephen Majerus had near-perfect days. Gordon led Penn going 8-1, including an impressive 2-1 record versus Columbia. Majerus' lone loss of the day was in his team's loss to Princeton. He would finish the round robins 12-3, the foil individual champion. The standing after Day 1 showed a tight race for the title with a 4-way tie for first, with Yale and Brown rounding out the field. On the women's side, Day 1 was a dominating performance by Harvard's saber and Columbia's foil. The feature bout between Harvard and Princeton saw the Crimson Saber win 7 of 9 bouts in a 16-11 victory. For the day, Adrian Jiraki was 9-0 and had won 45 straight bouts before that streak would be snapped in Day 2 versus Cornell. Fellow Sabres Aliyah Itzkowitz was 8-1 and Gabby Tartakovsky was 7-2, leading the Harvard women to a perfect 3-0 record. Columbia started the day with a win over Cornell, but suffered a loss to Princeton. The 17-10 loss was due in large part to a perfect 9-0 record for the Tiger Sabre team, with Allison Lee, Gracie Stone, and Sage Palmito. This would turn out to be a pivotal win for Princeton in the team standings. Columbia rebounded from their loss to Princeton with a win over Yale, led by the dynamic duo of Jackie Dobrovich and Sarah Taffel. Their 21-6 win saw the foil team go to a perfect 9-0. On the day, both Taffel and Dobrovich were 12-0. The standings after Day 1 had Harvard a perfect 3-0, followed by Columbia at 3-1, Princeton 2-1, Penn 2-2, with Cornell, Yale, and Brown rounding out the standings. Day 2's feature bout on the men's side was between Harvard and Columbia. The reigning co-champions were both 2-1, knowing the winner of this bout would have a huge edge to repeat as champion. Columbia controlled the bout, and a winning touch was in the hands of the Epi team. But the weapon wasn't in the hands of veterans Brian Rowe or Jay Coyle, but sophomore Porter Hesselgrave. Columbia went on to win the bout 19-8, and with a win over Brown, the Lions once again had a share of the Ivy title. Sabres Michael Costin and Calvin Liang earned first-team All-Ivy. Penn also had a shot at the title, but needed to beat Harvard to get there. Epi Raymond Chen was on the strip with weapon in hand with the winning touch. Penn went on to win the bout 16-11 and a share of the Ivy title for the first time since 2009. First-team All-Ivy saber Shaul Gordon was nearly perfect and earned individual saber champion. Penn placed 3 others on the All-Ivy first team, foil John Vianney and Epi's Justin Yu and Zomber Garzo. Honors also went to Alejandra Trumbull, who was Epi individual champion. Princeton also claimed a share of the Ivy title, thanks in part to Day 1 wins over Harvard and Penn. They followed up on Day 2 with wins over Brown and Yale for a 4-1 record. Men's Epi Alex House was individual champion and first-team All-Ivy. The final standing has Columbia, Penn, and Princeton all 4-1, with Harvard 2-3 and Yale and Brown rounding out the field. Day 2 on the women's side was a showdown between Harvard and Columbia. Harvard entered the bout 3-0, Columbia 2-1. A win by Harvard would put them on the path to an outright championship. But Columbia got a huge effort against Harvard's super-strong saber team, gaining 4 points, while the Columbia foil went 8-1. That was the difference in the bout, leading the Lions to a 19-8 win, pulling Columbia into a tie with Harvard. Both teams would win their final 2 bouts to gain a share of the Ivy title with a 5-1 record. Columbia's Jackie Dobrovich was foil individual champion. She and teammate Sarah Taffel each earned first-team All-Ivy honors. Harvard's Adrian Jiraki was saber individual champion. Saber Aliyah Itzkowitz made first-team All-Ivy. Princeton rode a Day 1 win over Columbia towards a share of the Ivy League crown. Day 2 wins over Brown and Yale led to a 4-1 record and a share of the title. The Tigers placed 3 Eppies on the All-Ivy first team: Audrey Abend, Charlene Liu, and Isabel Ford. A look at the final standings shows Columbia, Harvard, and Princeton all 5-1, with Penn, Cornell, Yale, and Brown rounding out the field. Congratulations to the men's team winners, Columbia, Princeton, and Penn.
We are very happy because I think we were a little bit underdogs, both weapons, by the ranking and by the yearly performance. And I'm very happy that our kids could bring out the best on the most important event.
We have kids on our team that are getting 4 O's and they're first team All-Ivy. And some of them are winning NCAA championships. This is the best of the best here in the Ivy League. And I know the Ivy League, they have this theme called, One Ivy, and I'm proud to be a coach in Ivy League.
Ivy is not only the kids smart, I think it's the loyalty, honesty, student athlete, team spirit, like family oriented. So that's the thing, no comparison with any individual sports.
On the women's side, congratulations to Columbia, Harvard, and Princeton.
One of the happiest moments for me in a couple of years, because the last time we won this on the women's side was 2009. So it's been a long time coming. We have quite a few seniors, and I'm ecstatic for them.
And congratulations to the All-Ivy first team on the men's side, as well as the women. For more on-demand content and live coverage from around the Ivy League, tune in to ILDN.tv.